So, Grade Ape Turles has gotten an Extreme Z Awakening, and I do like this guy overall. I think that he's actually going to be a pretty helpful unit for the new Dokkan Fest Turles. And honestly, you probably are going to run him every time you run the Dokkan Fest Turles. So, we'll just kind of down what this guy is doing real quick here. So, with his EZA, he does get greatly raised attack for the turn, cause supreme damage, and a high chance to stun on his super attack effects. Now, he gets attack and defense 120% at the start of turn, which is new. He gets key 3, then 120% attack and defense with key is 9 or more. That is confirmed to be a multiplicative buff, and I'll discuss that a little bit more in a bit. When there's 5 or more space traveling warrior category allies on the team, he does get 120% extra defense, which we could see we have a full space traveling warriors category rotation, or I guess just team in general, right? And if there is a planetary destruction category ally attacking in the same turn, or a low class warrior category enemy, he does do an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super attack. So overall, this guy has a pretty solid kit for just a sub EZA. He's full link level 10 here. I haven't worked on my Turles just yet, but we'll be able to get this guy done very soon. So next to the new Dokkan Fest Turles, he does have 5 links. Destroyer of the Universe, Prepared for Battle, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, and then a Fierce Battle. So this is a total of, I think, 60% defense, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is 60% defense in total he's getting from links, which is a lot. And attack-wise, that is actually, I think, I don't know the exact number, I actually never added it up. I looked at the defense all the time, but it's like at least 70% attack, I think, that he gets from his links in total, which is just huge, like 70-80% attack, right? So he's starting off at 310k defense. Again, I'll show this, right? And we'll just kind of move forward from here. But we'll see that he does get, again, to 3 key as long as key is 9 or more, along with the extra stats. So yeah, he's at a 6.3 mil attack stat here without support. Then we should see the guaranteed additional, which has a high chance to become a super attack. Then from the hidden potential system, we could potentially get another one, which we did not get in this specific rotation. But again, that defense is multiplicative to 120%. So I actually just brought up a calculator right here on the side. Let's say again, his defense was 310,000. Then you multiply that by 120%. And his defense after super attacking is 680k without even considering any other potential support on rotation. Like, if you have this guy on rotation, that's providing a bunch of support there, which I might just flow him off, and then we could see like that full support, and then maybe we'll just kind of end there. I mean, this guy is a very straightforward unit, so I don't have to like show like too many different situations. Last turn we got him without any support. This next turn we're going to get him with 30% support from the tech final form cooler, which is going to be pretty cool to see. Well, not final form cooler, that's just normal cooler, right? I call him final form by accident because I was thinking of final form freezer, right? It's kind of the same thing, but I think you guys kind of get where I'm coming from with that. Now, support is going to be a huge change to Turles because of how his multiplicative passive works. His passive basically a little over doubles his defense once he actually attacks. So if he's like at 400k defense, he gets to 800k defense, 500k, a million, right? It's a very potent ability. And that's why they didn't give this guy any defense on his super attack effects, because I guess they felt like as long as he had the 5 space traveling warriors category allies, this guy's defense is high enough to tank any normal in the game by far, right? So that's just a really, really good ability there. So here we're at 337k. So again, if we do the same thing here, he's at 337, 468, and then we you can probably hear my mouse clicking, but we could see the math here. He's at 742k defense once he actually super attacks. I'll use a Ghost Usher here because I don't want to get defensively debuffed here. And we'll see what his offense number is this time. It should be a good amount higher than what we saw last turn because we're getting extra offense support. So yeah, so last one was 6.8. Now it jumps up to 7.2. Not bad at all. In terms of a hidden potential build for this guy, I'm not sure, honestly. You can do whatever build you want for him. I think any build for this guy is actually going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to try and miss super attacks here. Like, I don't want to get too much key with these guys. I kind of want this Vegeta to have a lot of HP next turn if possible. But I think you can go either way. I think crits is good for him. Well, honestly, I probably would recommend against, like, additional focusing on him. As an EGO character especially, he'll already have a lot of base additional. Probably around, like, 9, 10, 11 additional or so, right? So you don't really have to worry about giving him additional, especially since he has a built-in one. He has a chance to stun, could be cool, but I don't think it's necessarily like, oh yeah, this is a game changer getting additionals. Well, it's like if you go crit, and he's usually going to be doing like 2-3 attacks each turn anyways. That's pretty solid damage each super attack. I mean, around 7 million attack stats with doing 2 or 3 supers a turn. That's not bad. Or you can go dodge, and then you could have him. What I would probably recommend is, like, if you're going to use him as a floater on the Turles team, which I feel like is probably going to be his best situation, having Turles in the second slot in each rotation, and having this guy as one of your floaters on the team, you could help minimize him getting one shot in the third slot by, like, these spa super attacks. Now, I personally feel and experience that super attacks in slot 3 are not really, like, the most common thing in the world. But you could run into situations where you can get super in slot 3, and this Turles would likely just get one shot by many of these bosses if you're taking them into this really difficult content. So if you focus with most of your damage dealing being done by Turles anyways, it won't really matter too much if this guy isn't like juicing out as much crit as possible. But I can see either argument. You could say, well, my EGO Turles does like a triple 8 mil attack stat. If they all crit, that leads me to potentially even kill the enemy or defeat them much quicker, and I can avoid having to worry about a future super attack. While the dodge is like, well, okay, he could do triple 8 mil crit, and if he doesn't kill and I get super attacked, I'm dead, right? So I think there's just different arguments you can make for each of these guys. And let me make sure, is there support like just in slot 1? No, so they get the guard in slot 1, but they don't have to be in slot 1 to support. So I think I will put them here. We're getting 30% attack support still, but now we're getting 50% defensive support. And again, you can see the numbers just keep going up and up. So 355,000. Let's just round up to 355,000. And then he's at... I love doing this Dokkan math. He's at 780k defense once he supers. I mean, yeah. Though, to be fair, it's like he's at the range where it's like 600k to 800k defense. Even above that range, like 600k defense to like a million-ish defense. Like, that kind of range is not really... Like, it doesn't matter if you're at 600k or a million. You're just going to get one shot by a lot of these bosses regardless, so it doesn't really matter what kind of threshold you're at there. I'll use the active skill here, and I'll try to skip past this phase. I won't get one last rotation of him without support, and then I think I'll end things there. But that's the thing about it, and that's why I'm like, dodge is a very strong, suitable option for him, because likely you're going to be running a rotation of that Raisin and Turles, and then the other rotation, I haven't really decided what I'll do. I guess it really might just be Chi slot 1, then Turles in slot 2, and then you have all these big bad bosses units floating around to give Turles his links. And that probably is like the ideal space traveling warrior setup for the time being in most of the difficult content besides Broly. And in that situation, you want this guy to be able to dodge potentially in the third slot there. So yeah, we'll get this last rotation here. Usually this guy's going to be a second slot anyways. This guy has not built up at all, this friend Turles right here, but he should be okay. Again, you could be in a situation where, oh, I want to save key for like my other units. Bam, that could be really, really good for you. And it could come in handy, especially for this team, because I feel like once in a while, especially early on, you could run into key struggles on this team. And if you have this guy not really needing a lot of key at all, I mean, if he's linked with Turles, he doesn't need any key. He just needs that one orb, which you're guaranteed to always get one orb in the field, right? So you can always just like set up your orbs better, or you just don't have to worry about this guy having to get too many key spheres to super attack, and you can help focus on your other units. I mean, yeah, this guy right here doing, triple 7 mil attacks that basically with above what 680k defense is what his defense is without support. I mean, yeah, I'll take that. He should take double digits from this Vegeta. I mean, obviously not impressive, but I think as a sub EZA, this guy is really good. Much better than you would anticipate, considering he can actually be ran in red zone. I mean, you look at AJO God Goku, STR Blue Goku. The STR God Goku is pretty solid, right? But I think that this Turles is better than all of them, honestly. So that's a pretty big W, especially because physical Turles still needs help. So this guy was a huge benefactor to that being alleviated. Let me know what y'all think, though, of this new Great Ape Turles CZA. Big fan, and I'll catch you next time.